cooking with your girl Sheila in the Gangsta Goodies kitchen. Boy, do I have a loaded treat for you today. Take a look at today's guest. Y'all, she's a bad mama for you, I promise. Take a look, y'all. Okay, y'all, what y'all think? I know that's pretty powerful. You would never think this beautiful petite sister has all of that power and all of that knowledge on how to use that power. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I have never been this close to a firearm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Never.
Wait till I take you to the range.
Yes.
I'll just lay it all out for you.
Yes, yes. I know I'm a gangster, y'all, for real, but you know, I have never, it's just something I've always been just a little afraid of, you know? And I'm sure it's because I don't know.
Right.
You know? Wow.
And that's one of the main things I'm trying to break within our community is the comfort. And that's why a lot of people ask me why I choose to open carry, which is have my guns exposed, because I want us to see it in a different light. I want us to be comfortable with it. My daughters see guns all the time.
See, that's normal for them. Yeah. And so they're not afraid and they know what to do.
Right.
Yes, yes. Okay, y'all. We're gonna get into the interview so you guys know more about LaTasha, how you can get connected, and all of that. We're gonna talk about all of that. But first, we're going to get this jerk chicken popping. So take a look at the ingredients for today's recipe. Today's ingredients include, we got some chicken wings, y'all, for those jerk chicken. We got our jerk marinade, some jerk spice. We got carrots, red peppers, onions, poblano peppers, and cabbage. So yes, you guessed it. We are having jerk chicken with cabbage. So it's simple, y'all. It's easy. Y'all know that jerk. And for those who don't know, jerk is Jamaican barbecue. So I'm going to show you how to get this seasoned. And then we're going to go outside where the grill is getting ready. Yes. Because we can't have jerk. I mean, I've cooked jerk in the skillet at home. You know, because you do have the seasonings that make it jerk. But it's just not the same.
Right.
When it's not cooked on the barbecue grill. It just doesn't taste the same.
We also, in Kansas City.
Yes.
Barbecue.
So, yes. So it all goes hand in hand. Yes, yes. So I took chicken wings, and I hope you like wings.
Of course.
Okay. And so the first thing I'll have you to do, and here's a spoon here. This is jerk paste.
Okay.
Have you ever used that before?
No.
Okay. So jerk paste is... and this is a jerk paste that is made by, yes, smell it, please. Smell all them spices. And you can put all of that in there. And so that particular jerk paste is made by actually a foodie friend out of Atlanta. And he makes his own jerk paste. And so I order it from him. Shout out to Jerry Lawrence for that jerk paste. I'm going to need some more after the show. So I'm about out. But I love being able to buy ingredients and condiments and stuff like that from other brothers and sisters. Right. You know, it keeps that, you know, our economic wheel turning. It is very important. It is very important. I'll put Jerry's information up, y'all, so y'all can hit him up. Sausages, spices, all that kind of stuff. So now I'll move this out of your way. And so now this is a jerk seasoning. Now I just made this up myself. And so
that's where all the money is.
It is. It is, yes. And so you can just sprinkle a little bit in at a time and kind of, you know, judge about, you know, kind of what you think, you know. Yeah, there we go.
Too much?
I don't think so.
Not
I would say put it even a little more. Yep. There we go. Yes. And then if you want to use this spoon to, and I'll move that out of your way too, so you can mix that all up. Now, the other thing I do is I let that marinate overnight for the most part. I put the chicken in a Ziploc bag, and I let it marinate overnight. Okay? And so you guys see what that looks like, and we're going to go outside to the charcoal grill so y'all can see these wings cooking on the grill, y'all. Okay, let's see what that jerk chicken is doing, y'all. Woo-wee, look at there. Okay, so actually, what I'm gonna do, then look at that. I'm gonna move these to the cool side, and yeah, get that. We're gonna let them cook maybe a few more minutes here. And then I'm going to move them to the cool side. And then when we come back, I'm going to baste them with some jerk barbecue sauce. And we're going to be ready to go with them rice and peas and steamed cabbage, y'all. Okay, so you guys take a look at this jerk chicken, the rice and peas, and the cabbage, y'all. Okay, y'all, here's the finished dish. Look at those jerk wings, that cabbage, and them rice and peas. Yes, it looks delicious. So, how about you go first?
Okay.
And there are some wings there. I put some extra sauce here. So, I'm a wing lover. I should have asked you which part of the chicken. Okay.
I love wings.
Okay.
Whiskey and wings. Whiskey and wings.
Whiskey and wings.
That's my thing.
I love it. And get you some rice and peas. And so what I did with the rice was I did kind of like a quick version of it, okay? Because, you know, sometimes, I mean, I just got off from work, and do you want to use that for your, you're fine. Let me turn this around that way. Yeah, there we go. And so all I did with the rice, I made the rice and put it in the rice cooker, okay? Then I took the beans and I used a can. Well, I normally don't use a can, but I was doing a quick thing today. And so I chopped up some onions, some poblano peppers, and some fresh garlic. I sauteed that, then rinse the beans off really well, put the beans in the skillet. Then I added coconut milk. And so, and I let the beans kind of simmer in that coconut milk. Then I stirred in the rice. And then I added some cumin, some coriander, a little bit of smoked paprika, not too much. And that's it. That's how I season the...
You made that sound so easy and so simple. That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all. That's it. Yes.
Nothing much.
Yes. So you go ahead and I'm going to get me some and you tell us what you think.
I'm going to get a little scoop of the...
Yes, of that sauce. You go right ahead. Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny because, you know, when we get ready to eat, it gets real quiet.
Listen.
Don't it?
And then I was trying to be cute and use the fork. I said,
just put it down. Yeah.
I'm gonna get in there like I normally would.
Yes. What you think?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
and it has a little spice, but it's not hot. Like I'm not. I
remember I've only been to Jamaica once, but you know I'm all about street food when I go places. And so at the resort we stayed in, there was a guy who was a soccer coach for somewhere in Jamaica. And so we just connected. And so he took me and my six of us into the city. And we're like, okay, now it's one of him and it's five of us. Okay. This is stuff you tell your kids not to do. And here we are doing it. But when I tell you that jerk, we pulled up to this little truck, this little hut thing, had a little truck, and they pulled out that jerk chicken, and it was spicy. But you could taste the charcoal. You could taste all of the flavors. And so when they told us that, for the most part, jerk is going to be a little spicy.
Right.
And I was like, okay. And so then I noticed, I start paying attention when I go to stores. You got jerk mild, jerk spicy, and I'm like, okay.
It's different levels.
It's levels to it.
Went to Jamaica in April. And on the resort, same thing. We would go into the city, catch a taxi or whatever, and go into the city because we wanted to be with the people and eat the authentic food, not the resort food. But there was a guy every night. Once the restaurants were closed, he would walk around the resort with his cart, a grill, jerk chicken, and it would be a line longer than any of the restaurants on the resort.
That chicken
off this little cart that this man is pushing around the resort at 11 o'clock at night.
Wow!
And I was so happy. It was great, but I did love going into the city and getting the authentic food and where the people that live there, the true community, was eating.
Yes. Where do they want to go eat? Where the people eat. You know, one of the things I always ask people, because I really believe that coming together in this way is really profound and of great value for our community. You know, our mothers and grandmamas and them solve the whole family's issues in the kitchen and around the kitchen table. And so I always ask guests to share like a fun or fond foodie memory. It could be something from your childhood. It could be something that you've started with your own daughters, but something that means a lot to you that is revolved around food.
It would be, I have two that first came to mind. And I told you earlier, I spent a lot of summers in Arkansas, Arkansas. My grandfather had this, may he rest his soul, rest in peace, and in power. Huge garden in the backyard. Loved it. Well, and you know what I told my mom when I went to visit her in the same house that she grew up in? When I was younger, that yard went for miles. It was the biggest garden I've ever seen in my life. And now that I'm an adult, I can put it into a little bit more perspective.
Right.
But when I was a kid, we were out there slaving. But we used to have to snap them peas.
Yes.
It was sitting in the kitchen, fingers turning purple and green from snapping them peas. But all of us were sitting there together. We were preparing the meal on Saturday for Sunday after church. And we were sitting there listening to our grandparents talk. They may not have been speaking directly to us, but they were giving us so many life lessons in that moment. And it was, again, it was frustrating, but I wish I would have taken a lot more of those moments and carried them further along in life than I did. And made them more than a memory. The second one was Sundays. Again, I grew up in church. Still religious, or still spiritual, but not necessarily religious. Grew up in church. My mom. Sunday afternoons after church was over, we sitting in the living room watching Lifetime. You remember Lifetime on Sunday used to be the thing. And she in the kitchen going back and forth, pots and pans, doing this, making the gravy, doing that, and just coming and sit down with us for a second, catching up on the show, whatever movie we was watching. But again, it was those moments where it wasn't not necessarily a whole lot of conversation directly towards me, where I was getting my spirit fed, my soul fed, my mind fed. But it was those moments that I can remember laying my head in my mom's lap. Okay, Tasha, get up. I gotta go check this pot. Get up real quick. You know, and she would come back like, hold mama, right back, head right back in her lap, and we sit there again. Watch. I don't know what's happening on Lifetime because I'm too young to know about these women snapping on their husbands. But that moment and those memories is what I take away. And again, like we said every time, within the black community, black family, everybody ends up in the kitchen
Every yes.
And you like, why everybody in here? Let's go in another room. We got a whole house. No, we okay where we at. We're gonna stay right here with the food, with the cabbage, the rice and beans. And we gonna eat and keep on talking and knowing what we're doing.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing. I really, that is, again, it really just kind of helps people to understand that if we're not doing this, if we're not spending time with our families in the kitchen, we're missing such a unique opportunity to connect.
Yes.
And build relationship, you know.
Another memory I had, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I love it.
With my daughters is, and I told you my daughters, we have a different type of relationship than I had with my mother growing up. We would have counter conversations.
Okay.
We would get up in the morning. I love breakfast food.
Okay.
We'll eat eggs and waffles and turkey sausage, but every day if I could, all day. Counter conversations. They would get up in the morning. If they weren't helping me, they would sit up on the counter. And people like, oh, you sit on the counter? Yes. That's how me and my children would bond. Counter conversations. They would sit on the counter. Sometimes I would jump on the counter with them and we would just talk while we were making the food, or, you know, sometimes we would sit there on the counter and eat the food. Everybody in their own little section and eat breakfast together and just have those conversations.
Counter conversations.
Counter conversations.
I love it. Look at that. And your daughters will never forget that.
I hope not.
They won't.
I hope.
They will never forget that. Yep, they're going to be telling that story too. Yes, yes. LaTasha, if there is anything that you could share with women, and in particularly Black women, about gun safety and guns, what would you say to us? Like, even me. I mean, because again, this is the closest, and it's interesting because I feel totally comfortable with this. Now, if I would have saw somebody else with it, I probably would have like, oh shit, what's going on?
There, right?
But I'm totally comfortable with this.
And that is why I do what I do. That is why I carry openly. I want people to see it. I want people to ask me questions. I want people to look at me strange and I smile and say, hey, how are you? So if it was the one thing that I would say to women, especially Black women, is get educated and carry. That's it. It's very simple. At this point, I'm going to make it a hashtag, educate and carry. Simply because we have all been in those situations where we have felt uncomfortable. Yes. We have felt that we needed to walk a little bit faster. Yes. I know one of the things that I say in my classes is back in the day when we used to have to go in the gas station and pay, you would act like you were on your phone or texting somebody so that the guys that were hanging out outside the gas station wouldn't have that conversation with you because it was uncomfortable. Right. Eye contact, speak, let them know that you see them. Don't put yourself in that vulnerable state. Yes. And carry. It is completely legal. It is your right to carry. Absolutely. And we have had to fight for that right. We have had to fight for many rights, but this is one that they are still to this day are trying to take from us. I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that we do it and we do it properly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Y'all, I just can't look at her. I'm just like in awe. I am. I'm like in all of that power. I mean, it's just, and I think you really have to be here to feel it though, you know? So I'm sorry, y'all not here, but I do hope that you all reach out to LaTasha because this is a serious subject, you know? And it's very important. I know my family's going to be signing up for her family class. You know, I have a granddaughter who's 15, a grandson who's 8. Perfect. And I need to know, and they need to know. Yes. You know, and they could probably, especially the 15-year-old, could probably tell me stuff about guns that I wouldn't even know. Yep. And so why not get comfortable with that, you know, and teach her as well. Yep. Yes. And so LaTasha's information is up, Synergy Tacticals, yes, ma'am. And Pretty Pistols Posse.
Yes, y'all connect. Follow her. When I'm telling you, you see her at that shooting range, I'm like, whoa, look at her, this beautiful Black woman just doing it. You know, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I've taken a lot of your time tonight.
No, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna take some of yours when we go to the gun range.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I'm gonna be ready to learn because I need to learn. Yes, I really do. So thank you so much for coming. Here, let's do a toast.
Yes, ma'am.
Cheers. Cheers. Yes. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to follow LaTasha. We got all of her information up there for you. And peace out, y'all.